Welcome to yet another Equity for Keeps video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. If you also subscribed, like and share as well. In this review of what's going on in the markets today, November the 11th, 2020, we'll begin with Alibaba Group, and we can see, or you may have heard that. China has stepped out with more regulation for the tech giants over there, and looking at this dashboard here on provided by Charles Schwab, we can see there's a Morningstar equity report out now. Let's have a look and see what's going on there. Okay, yes, it's a digestible piece of report, and as we normally do, we just see if we can digest a few notes. And it says here the bulls say Alibaba's China marketplace posted 711 million active buyers as of December 2019, about half of China's total population. We expect a long runaway of user growth in the coming years. We expect that Alibaba will benefit from the ongoing shift of China's digital commerce market from the consumer to consumer to business to consumer, as Tmall can drive organic user traffic from Taobao mobile and help to better monetize transactions. We believe the bulk of Chinese internet shoppers view Taobao as their first online shopping destination, implying exceptional lifetime customer value. Okay, expansion of other China digital commerce players like Pinduoduo and JD.com could slow China Alibaba's growth aspirations in certain product categories. Alibaba has invested in businesses outside China that may not enhance its network effect. This could divert management's attention from its core marketplaces and other business segments. Despite its e-commerce leadership in China, expansion into other regions beyond Southeast Asia could pose obstacles because of the entrenched position of competing local marketplaces. Okay, and I don't think. Okay, yes, they have this piece. Chinese government announced set of draft in antitrust regulatory guidance for internet-based platform companies on November 10th, 2020. Alibaba, Tencent, and JD in their coverage sold off 12 to 17% in the following 2 days. This represents another wave of the regulatory forces on Chinese internet giants in the past 2 years, given its detailed framework with an extensive list of well-defined monopolistic practices. We believe this could be a strong signal of a regulatory tightening, especially coming right after the suspension of the Ant Group IPO. These guidelines come only 10 months after regulators proposed the revision to the Master Antitrust Law to include internet companies. Okay, so you heard what's going on there. You already know that. So we'll just quickly digest what's going on with Alibaba technically, and we'll just move on. And share profile, it has 721.2 billion market cap, 2.7 billion shares. Shares held by institutions for 45% of the shares are held by institutions. It has a short interest of 1.65%. It could be different. So the 10-day average volume is about 2.9 million shares, and technically Alibaba appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Yes, yes. You can see corrected, no doubt. Yes, it's correcting, and no doubt correcting. And but the short-term trend lines are all rolling over, apart from the longer-term 200-day. So it says it remains 12.5% above its upward sloping 200-day moving average. Okay, momentum for Alibaba is strongly bearish. Okay, the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call over. So this means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. Okay, no doubt it's now in the over not in the overall overbought territory, but it's heading towards that based on this graphics we can see up here. And then the last 10 days has seen significant volume in Alibaba, with average daily volume above the average for the last 10 last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 23.39 million shares having traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Okay, and he has some piece of news here as well. Alibaba Group sees over $7 billion of sales in single day event, which is probably referring to the singles day event in China. Yes, singles day shopping festival has seen orders of more than $70 billion on its e-commerce platform by just today alone. Okay, well, this is just to be expected, I guess. The next equity will be Fubo. Fubo is up 22.68% already in the market, and I think its outcomes were recently I think they were released today. Not okay. Yeah, I believe they were released today, but we'll just see what's going on. Okay. Is a micro cap, cap, and which is and whose value is about $1.1 billion, 68.25 million shares, and so far none of those shares are held by institutions. And average volume for 10 days is about 2.1 million shares. Let's see, there's some analyst actions. Yes, Oppenheimer adjusted Fubo's price target to $21 from $17, maintains outperform rating. Okay, there's the earnings outcomes. Fubo TV is streaming sharply higher today after reporting impressive Q3 results slash guidance and announcing its intention to enter the online wagering market. We suspect that when investors think of streaming TV plays, names like Netflix and Roku and Disney come to mind, while Fubo is considerably smaller than any of these and would not be profitable for some time. We think it should be added to the conversation. Fubo is unlike most other streaming platforms because it focuses on sports live TV programming, although it also offers news and entertainment content. Live sports programming has been a bit of a blind spot with other streaming services, which primarily focus on proprietary scripted content. Fubo streams 90% of nationwide NFL games and has strong coverage of other leagues. Okay. Fubo's loss was larger than expected, but investors do not seem to care at this stage. Revenue and subscriber results are the focus of the Fubo story. Revenue was better than expected, and paid subscribers hit a record 405,000, up 58% year on year. Okay. So technically, Fubo appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histograms above zero. Is that outperforming the S&P 500? Okay, you can see that. You can see the short-term trends are steeply bullish, steeply inclined, and the 200-day not so much, but it is inclined, no doubt. It is inclined upwards, and the momentum is strongly bullish with the 14 period slow stochastic oscillators above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. So the volume for the last 10 days has been significant, with the average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 5.9 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So it may also be considered overbought as well. So the Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that the company recent price move. Okay, events such as this indeed, events such as what's going on now might precede a pause or reversal in the near-term trend. So you have to be careful at the moment. It's trading at it has run up 23% or more in gains. So you have to be careful if you want to if you are considering Fubo. It would be advisable to just wait a bit for some consolidation. Yet at the same time as well, you may still, sojourn from where it is at the moment. So, but it's I can't exactly tell you at what specific standard deviation it is currently trading at, but for sure it is definitely not trading at its one standard deviation. It's probably trading close to its 3 standard deviation, which will be an extremely risky level. So you just have to be careful with Fubo. Wait and see some correction. We also can't see any shots covering data concerning Fubo. Let's see if we can find that out. That will help a bit. FUBO. Okay, we don't have anything on that. So if we did have, that would have been helpful to help us ascertain the setup, the level of skepticism. Skepticism will be good to balance out the positivity, the pent up positive stances from the various market participants. Okay, so the next equity will be Plug Power. So Plug Power is up 10.29% at the moment. So okay, so you can see it has today's volume at the moment is 29.4 million, which is above average for Plug Power. And then it's saying over here the price has reached a new 52-week high of 22.23. This exceeds the previous high of $21.89 by $0.34, and it's 778.66% above the 52-week low of $2.53. So this is a strictly bullish play at the moment. And short interest is 15.84%, so that is a healthy skepticism. It's way beyond its cushion figure, which is about 12%, so that's good. it's good to see such amount of skepticism. The reason is simply because you can see that its market cap is 8.3 billion. So we're talking about if you're now trying to find out what the skepticism is in terms of in monetary terms, it will be 15% of this 8.3 billion dollars, which will be it will be 800 about 1.2 billion dollars. This is the amount of money that will be forced back into the equity. When things get really serious. When positive outcomes are delivered, as is the case today. So you can see what's going on here. You can see indeed there's a good chance that also part of what's going on, what's driving the equity is short coverings. Let's have a look and see. Okay, we don't have any data there, so the shorts, the current short volume is about 72.2 million shares. So let's return here and find it and have a look and see how that compares to this. So since this is the float is 400 million, so 10% is 40 million. So yes, so 80 million will be 20%. So somewhere between 80, it will be, let's say roughly, let's say it will be probably 18% of the equity that is sold short, even higher than what we are looking at right now. So that is good, but that is not exactly the current figure. It may just be what the figure was yesterday or thereabouts. Okay, but even at that, it has a healthy amount of skepticism, and that is really good. So the trend analysis is that Plug Power appears to be in a strong bullish trend, no doubt. All the trend lines are all pointing upwards. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. The comparative relative strength analysis shows that the issue is outperforming S&P 500. The momentum for Plug is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. Okay, so it's in that overbought territory, as you can see from this graphic up here. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. Okay, the volume, the last 10 days have seen significant volume in Plug Power, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 29.3 million shares having traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may also precede a pause or reversal in the near-term trend. No doubt, yes. So also what's going on as well now. Some short sellers who have the room might also jump in and probably add to the volume, which may also be what has resulted in the you can see now short increase. It's increased by 17%. So I want to believe that this is probably currently what is going on. You can see okay, it is correct. So short players have jumped in and have increased it by 17%. So we'll see how it goes out, but it is good. It's good. They are balancing the positive, and it's that skepticism. The good thing about that skepticism is that it comes with money. It comes with money, so it's not a bad skepticism. It's not just hot air. It's not just criticism and skepticism. It's backed with money, and that money will go back into the equity. So it's good. And we have some disclosures here. Let's see. From 144 Plug Power Inc. filed by 5T Capital Holdings AG. Do we have a look and see? Okay, Bayer Bank AG. It's probably a German bank, yes, no doubt. The probably number of shares in all other units to be sold. Okay, it's 38.8 million shares as of November 9, 2020. Number of shares, all the units outstanding. Okay, 415 0.5 million shares outstanding. Okay, approximate date of sale, which is today. Okay, so that is also some amount of shares that will be sold today. And then we also have the price target raised to $24 by B. Riley Securities. Plug Power expands into the over the road vehicles. Oppenheimer raises price target to $23 from 13. So has it reached that price target yet? It hasn't reached it yet. So all of this might be some of the reasons why we are seeing Plug Power trend up or rise in the market at the moment. So the next equity will be sorry about that. It's we're having some delay. REV Revlon. Revlon is a well-known brand, and it's currently up 28.78%. So it's saying here that the price crossed above 200-day moving average today. Okay, it's Q3 earnings expected also on the 16th, which is about probably sometime this week, I believe. So let's see if we can find out any news concerning Revlon. It's a micro cap of $468.7 million. 11% of the equity are held short by are held by institutions. Okay, let's see what's this. Okay, Revlon reports a prelim exchange offer results with $236.5 million of the 5.75 senior notes due 2021 tendered. While the company is announcing these preliminary results promptly after the exchange offer's expiration time, it will determine by Friday, November 13th, 2020, whether all conditions precedent to the completion of the exchange offer have been fulfilled. Also, as at Wednesday, today, 11th of November 2020, is not a business day under SEC rules. The company may until 9 a.m. New York time on Thursday, 12th of November 2020, determine to extend the offer. Okay, so not exactly sure if that is what is driving the prices. The recent price move going on at the moment now. So its average volume is about 2.12 million, and let's see if we can find out what the short interest is. Oh wow, my goodness. Short interest is at 50.37%. Okay, so that is fascinating. This sort of short interest can also affect yes, can call for short coverings, because it's depending on when people shorted the equity. Yes, but that is a very high amount, a very high percentage. Nearly more than half of the equity are sold short. So it has a very healthy cushion, very, very, very healthy cushion. And so technically it's saying that Revlon is showing strength within a longer term bearish trend. Okay, longer term bearish trend. Okay, no doubt you can see the longer term trend line. It's steeply sloping. It is not. It hasn't looked up for the best part of this year, 2020. The signal line and the MACD is above the signal line, and shares are presently 9.4% above the 200-day moving average. Okay, yes, it's presently just recently. This is what happened today, and I believe what happened today. The gap in that. Okay, it didn't happen today. It took well, no doubt, yes. As at yesterday, it was below that 200-day trend line. So it is definitely what happened today. Yes, as a result of the effort, the boost it got today. Okay. However, the moving average is declining, implying that caution is still warranted. It's outperforming the S&P 500. Okay. Momentum for Revlon is as measured by a 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is waning. This means that investors are less aggressive in their recent purchases and maybe taking profits in positions, but at lower prices. Okay. Last 10 days have seen significant volume in Revlon. The average daily volume is above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 15.7 million shares having been traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reverse in the near-term trend. Okay, so the next equity will be PSHG, I think Pacific. Let's find out. PSHG, Performance Shipping Inc. Okay, Performance Shipping Inc. is up 26.1%. Okay, today's volume exceeded the 10-day average of 4.04 million shares, up by 2,906.66%. The price crossed above the 50-day moving average today as well, above 200-day moving average. I don't see that happening. I don't see the dividend. I don't see that crossing the 200 moving average. Not today, unless by a narrower time frame, but on a daily time frame, it is not. It hasn't crossed that yet. And the paid dividend, the 9th of November, $0.1 regular quarterly dividend per share was paid to shareholders of record as of October 30th, 2020. Okay, so There's a micro cap of 22.9 million dollars, and shares outstanding 5.016 million shares. So that's a very small float, and once there is a positive outcome, there's a good likelihood that the shares will always will tend to perform. They will tend to leap, and that the reverse will also be the case because of the small volume. If the demand is very high, it will be difficult to satisfy them, and the outcome will be price increases to accommodate or dissuade people who are demanding the shares, or to accommodate them, to accommodate the demand. So let's see if there's any piece of news here. It says here, brief performance. Performance Shipping announces agreement to acquire fifth Aframax tanker. Performance Shipping to acquire fifth Aframax tanker. Okay. Announces 1 for 10 reverse stock splits and availability of new corporate presentation. Okay, that was not today. Sorry about that. That was not today. So it's mostly about the acquisition of fifth Aframax tanker. So technically, performance appears to be rallying within a longer-term bearish trend, no doubt about that. So most of all the trend lines for this time frame, that is daily. Okay, let's see if we can adjust. Okay, we can only have. Okay, let's see. Let's see 1 to 1 day. Okay, so let's see what the time frame is showing. Okay, if it's what they are looking at, then yes, it's longer term. Yes, for 1 minute, you can see it has outperformed all the trend lines, including the 200-day. So probably it's what they are looking at the moment. So, but we are looking at the broader outlook. So yes, daily, yes. We're looking at the year-to-date time frame. So, however, the shares remain below a declining 200-day moving average. Okay, that is in line with the time frame we just set over there now, signifying that the dominant trend remains lower. Okay, it is lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for PSHG is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay high prices for shares. Okay, the volume for the last 10 days have seen significant volume in PSHG, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 17.28 million shares having been traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, so they are probably the buyers have the upper hand in this sort of volume we are looking at right now. You can see the average volume for 10 days is 141,871, and we already have more than 10 times that. We're even probably 100 times that, more than 100 times that. So you see what we are saying, because it has this very small float of 5 million shares. When there's positive outcomes, positive news concerning the equity, the volumes will be multiple. Will be the share flow to all available will sell or be sold over and over and over again. As we can evidently see, it has a float of 5 million, and it also has a volume of 17 million, which means that people have been buying and selling and buying and selling. Those who already hold the equity, see what's going on, and they sell, and people snap it up, and probably they jump in again, and or people come in and push up the demand again, and then it keeps on going like that, because the float is small, and to even make matters worse, if you can see it's likely that it's the entire float that's doing this. You can see only 3% of the entire 5 million are held by institutions. Institutions may not always be trading as often as the regular day trading market participants. So Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in the near-term trend. So we'll try our best not to make this video long, so we'll just quickly cover the other ones. So the next one is DDOG. DataDog. So DataDog is currently down 10%, 10.54%, and it's a mid cap of $28.1 billion. Okay, today, when was that? Reported Q4 earnings were 0.05%, $0.05. A $0.04 beat. This is 66.67% increase over non-GAAP results from the same period a year ago. Goldman Sachs adjusted DataDog's price target to 113% from 107, maintains buy rating. So so it has a couple of price adjustments and upward reviews, but market participants are not very keen on that. So trend analysis is that DataDog appears to be correcting within a longer-term bullish trend. Okay, yes. So it may also be presenting a good buying opportunity at the moment. So you can see the price targets are in triple digits in 100 and some fraction, 100 and in the range of 113 to 136, but it's currently at 82.83, so it is presenting a good buying opportunity for market participants. And just on the technical level, and although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 16.2% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. It's currently lagging the S&P 500. So momentum for DataDog is strongly bearish. Okay, the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is falling as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. Today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 16.4 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is lack of buying interest. Okay, so the Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in the near-term trend. So yes, it's a stock to watch in the coming days. Things could happen, but it has a relatively large float of 303 million shares. Okay, let's see if we can find any short interest for DataDog. Okay, 10%, 10.99%. Not exactly up to the cushion level, which is about 12%, but it could be worse than that. It could be worse than what's going on. Okay, so let's move on to the last equity we promised to show, which is Pacific. Not sure exactly, but we have it as PACB. Pacific Biosciences of California. Pacific Biosciences of California Inc. It's up 14.6% in the pre-market. And then today the data says that the price has reached a 52-week high of $17.07. This exceeds the previous high of $16.21 by $0.86 and is 605.86% above the 52-week low of $2.2. So you can see it has been in the upward on the upward march for some time, even though some of the short-term trend lines were rolling over not very long ago, as at the end of October 2020, but yeah, gradually inching up now. So it's a micro cap of a small cap of 2.6 billion, and it's 6% of the 180.2 million shares are held by institutions. So we have the short interest. Let's find what the short interest is. PACB. Okay, we don't have any figure. They probably don't want to disclose that. We need to find out ourselves. So it's the current figure, the current volume is about 17.4 million shares. So with that reference, we can see whether we can find out. So it's about 10%. Okay, that's not up to 10%, probably about 9% and some fraction. So it's not exactly very wonderful, but it could be worse than that. So it also represents about 250 million shares in buying power that is locked up into in the shares, because having sold that, those people who have done so will at some point return that the value of their short positions into the stock, and that's some buying power, and that's positive. That's why it's a very important metric. So trend analysis shows that PACB appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above 0. It is outperforming the S&P 500. The momentum for PACB is strongly bullish. The 14-period stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. So yeah, okay. Not just slightly in the overbought territory. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. Okay, the last 10 days have seen significant volume in PACB, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 6.9 million shares having been traded already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. The Bollinger Bands presently for PACB are of a normal width. The signal that volatility has been in line with the norm for the stock. So it has some data here. It says Pacific Biosciences prices offering of 7.4 million shares of common stock at $14.25 per share. So that is probably what they have disclosed of late. So price offering. Okay. So I wonder if that is a positive, but market participants consider that positive, I guess. Hence, Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's positive. Yeah, it's up 14.6%. The company is selling. Said it's offering 6.09 million shares, while selling while a stockholder is offering 1.3 million shares. The underwriters were granted a 30-day option to buy up to an additional 914,416 shares, while the selling stockholder granted the underwriters a 2-day option. Okay. So if you're new again, if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. And if you're already subscribed, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.